Hello there, this is Heirs to the Kingdom channel, and in today's lesson we're doing 3 chapters again, 20, 21, and 22. If you're new to this, it's a Bible study channel going through the KJV Bible, not skipping anything in Scripture's command. We're still in the book of Deuteronomy. Last lesson was also 3 chapters, and once again in Deuteronomy, Moses is recapping on everything that they've went through from Egypt till coming into the Promised Land. He's reminding them of all the commandments and statutes, and also how their judicial system should work, how God expects a judicial system to work. For judges to be just judges, no favoritism, stuff like that, which we don't have anymore in most of the world. Yeah, people that lie to get other people in trouble, there's ones that's supposed to get in, as much trouble as they was trying to get someone else into. And that's no longer being obeyed. People commit perjury all the time. And, they even lie about their constitutional oaths, and they still don't get in trouble for it anymore. So we do not have a justice system anymore, it seems. I mean, there's some justice out there, but not like it should be. But let's go ahead and continue on in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. Now, the one thing that made the American military so frightful to the enemy was the soldiers lived by this. They didn't fear as long as they were on the right side of the moral dilemma. They were doing something good. I ain't saying they would come through unscathed, but they did live by this, because most people served the Lord and, knew where they were going to go if something did happen. But, yeah, it's like, what's going on today. A lot of people sit there and think that they're serving the Lord. And I don't know how long it's been going on with the hypocrisy, but quite some time. We have a chance to fix things, but we've got to get back to the basics of following Christ. Let's continue on here, verse 2. And it shall be, when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day into battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house, and hath not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard, and hath not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. And what man is there that hath betrothed a wife, and hath not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint, as well as his heart. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, that they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace, and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. So this is the one main time when God tells them that if they surrender peacefully, then you don't destroy them all. You know, they do become servants, and later on servants will start following what their masters worship. You know, they'll start following God. But you know, they have a chance because they're not willing to, you know, fight over it. So God rewards that surrender. But if they don't, well, then here we go, verse 13. And when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations, but of the cities of these people, which the Lord thy God doth give thee for an inheritance. Thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth. So, like I talked about before, these people are being brought under judgment from God because of 400 years of killing innocent children. Let's continue on 17. But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations which they have done unto their gods, so should ye sin against the Lord your God. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time in making war against it to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down, for the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the siege. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and that thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it is subdued. So in today's, we would use the bulwark word to say like protective barricades, stuff like that. Anyways, so that's what a bulwark is. Chapter 21. If one be found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, lying in the field, and it be not known who hath slain him, then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city, shall take an heifer which hath not been wrought with, and which hath not drawn in the yoke. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither earned nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. And the priest, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for them the Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of the Lord, and by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, Our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them. So shalt they put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. Jacob did this with Joseph. God was not pleased about that, but he did use that transgression for the greatness of the tribes of Israel, which Jacob was renamed Israel, so all his sons were the tribes, but it causes division in the family. You know, if the woman's being a good woman and everything else, and she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, I don't know why you would have a problem with her, but some people are spoiled in that way, I guess. Verse 17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn, by giving him a double portion of all that he hath, for he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of the father or the voice of the mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto him, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place. Now this would greatly fix a lot of problems today. Some people want to sit there and say children are taught to be rebellious. I'm like, no, children choose to be. Just means they have a hateful heart. But yeah, in some ways I think we should bring this back. It would fix a lot of things overnight, but continue on here, verse 20. And they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night among the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. Chapter 22, last chapter. Thou shalt not see the brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. So it's a whole part of love thy neighbor. Your neighbors are your brothers. Brothers and sisters, whatever, you know. And if you see something that's, hey, whatever's happened to my neighbor, let me go help. You're supposed to help. And you're supposed to hide and says, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to help them. Hide your face, says, I see nothing. Big cities are this way today, where no one wants to be a witness to do what's right. They don't want to get involved. They're just frightened little things today. But as I said, that's why it's like, you can always tell a place when it becomes ungodly, because ungodliness starts to, spew out above all areas. Let's continue on verse 2. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brother's, which he hath lost, and thou hast found. Shalt thou do likewise, thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. Yeah, people use this excuse that, well, it's for entertainment or this, that, and the other. It's just a job. It's just for this. I don't really want to do it, as an excuse, but it doesn't really say anything in here in that manner. But also, it ain't really a hidden commandment here, because it's throughout the Bible. But once again, it says, women stay in the woman's lane, men stay in the man's lane. A woman shouldn't dress, act, or live as a man. She should be the woman, and vice versa. That's definitely not being obeyed much anymore. But as I said, we still have a chance to fix things. Let's continue on verse 6. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, that thou mayest prolong thy days. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence. Yeah, so it's like your rooftop they had flat roofs. They didn't do the angled roofs and a lot of things, so they built rooftops that they could use. And you're supposed to put this border around there so people wouldn't easily fall off, because the whole thing is like, you always think about making sure you do things that don't, cause people to die or get hurt. But yeah, the whole thing with the bird situation, the dam is, speaking of the female bird laying on the eggs, if you come across a nest and say you want the eggs to eat, you don't take the mother. The whole purpose of this is like, if she's sitting on the eggs, or the little ones, the best thing to do is to try to do your best to help them survive. It's supposed to help prolong the species. That's what it's meaning here. It's like, you're not to be intentionally cruel out there. Like I've said before, I don't really care much for hunting or fishing, to keep the fish that I catch. I like fishing for fun, but I believe in a ranch system, which is what we have, because for one, it gives jobs, and for two, it doesn't hurt the animals in the wilderness. You start diminishing them, you can cause an extinction problem. Some people like to say, well, if you don't keep them under control, they're going to boost too much. But there's plagues that happen in the wilderness quite often that decimates herds. And sometimes they need those large numbers because they may be fixing to lose half of their herd. by some manner or whatever else. But yeah, so like, I'm not opposed to eating meat. I hate the fact that things have to die so I can live, or just mankind in general. It kind of baffles me. I wish we could kind of eat and live like the cows do, just eat grass and thrive, but it's not how it works. So it would be nice, but whatever. But like I said, I believe in a ranch system because then that's a meat controlled system, a food control system where we ranch our own food for our consumption. We don't take from the wilderness. Now, I'm not against hunting if, say, you have a collapse in society or something like that, or you need it. You're in a survival situation, then it's totally different. But the whole thing is like if you start killing off all the females of a species, then the species is going to disappear. That's why you have a lot of people that do deer hunt. They don't hunt does. They only hunt bucks because they need the does. One buck can father many, impregnate many does, but it doesn't work the other way around. So, anyways, you get the idea from that. Let's continue on here. Verse 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together. We're under this today. This is called being unequally yoked. Why? It's because one's got more pulling power than the other, so one's going to have to do more work than the other, or more is going to be asked of one that it can't, because the ox can clearly pull more weight than the ass can. And so, but we're kind of under that today, is like being in your lives, don't be unequally yoked. That's been the same from Old Testament, even the New Testament. It never went anywhere. Verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as a woolen and a linen together. The clothing rules, that don't really apply anymore, because we have cotton with polyester threads. Everything we have is mixed today. So, verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Here's the one, men spreading lies, or just, they just hateful to women, but the woman's not deserving of this. That's the cool point. The woman's not deserving of this. But here's like when it says not a maid means not a virgin. It's like I took her to wife and, she had no hymen. She was not a virgin. He's speaking ill because it's like for women, supposed to be even today, if women are like that, they're being with the man saying, I'm going to be your wife, but they've already been poked and prodded by someone else, then that's a shameful thing for a woman to do, and to bring that upon a man that's now devoted his life to her. It's like same thing in my situation, people lying to get married. It's happened to me multiple times. I take someone as wife, they lied to be in my life, they lied as I got close to them, and then we got married. Then after marriage, they started being someone else. This falls in it's very shameful. It's very untrusting. It's very sinful for people to do that, but it falls in that same category. Anyways, 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. Now here's a key point. The father is still supposed to choose the husband for her. A woman is not supposed to be choosing her own husband. It's one of the responsibilities of a man that has children is to make sure he vets, gets her a good husband. But men lie too, or if the dad would have known that this man was just not very trustworthy, he would have never gave his daughter to him, and he was the only one that ever came to court her in that situation, because it's honorable for a woman to be a wife to a man, even if it ain't the best man out there. It's better than being no wife and no mother. But anyways, yeah, it's ungodly for men to do this to women, but it's very ungodly also for women to do this to men. Verse 17, and lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. So yeah, he gets beaten for this. That's what chastising is. He gets whipped. Like you're an unhonorable man mistreating a good wife. And this is how you kept people in line. Sad to say, it works. Verse 19, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, he may not put her away all his days. Yeah, it used to be, it's like, you're gonna honor her and do the right thing, or we're going to chastise you more. And if it gets too bad to the point, it's even they had the right to, like, well, till death do us part. All right, he's dead. You're parted. You're free to get to marry another man now, type things. Like, they were very strict about this. Like, no, if people are doing what they're supposed to be doing and being good people, you're going to honor that, or we're going to fix the situation one way or the other. Verse 20, but if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. Like I said, they're very strict on this. As long as the woman's doing what she's supposed to be doing, she's to be kept good. And the man, if he's doing wrong, okay, punish him. But if the woman caused the problem by not being good, this, that, and the other, then of course there's a very strict punishment for that. Anyways, continue on here. 22, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then he shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they die, the damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So shalt thou put away evil from among you. Yeah, she was betrothed. That means she was pretty much married without actually being fully married, but she still went and got someone else, and she didn't argue against it. She's like, okay, sure, let's do this. It's still counted as adultery. 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, for as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. So like I say, these are some of the rules of marriage. And the main thing is the man that takes the woman's virginity is her husband. You know, if she's betrothed, she's counted as wife, and but if the man humbles her, he takes her virginity from her, but she's not betrothed to anybody or whatever else. It's like, well, that's now your wife. You can't put her away. You got to treat her right. You know, you've made her your wife in that situation. But also, he's to pay the virgin's dowry, what's what the 50 shekels of silver was, which is quite a lot of money. It also taught men, it's like, hey, mind your P's and Q's. You know, act right out there. They'll be acting like a bunch of animals. But that's the end of this lesson today. Just a little over a 30-minute mark, so remember to pray. There's always things to pray about. Pray for yourself, the lost, the found, all people, all nations, all situations, everywhere. Don't forget to pray. Pray for our societies, because we have so many people playing the whore today. It's like, how do you fix this? I don't know. It has to start at upbringing. And it seems like God's on the move with that, trying to do a course correction, because a lot of men, they're just not even, they're seeing the modern women today, and it's like, they're not playing the game. It's like, nope, it ain't worth it. So it seems like it is doing a course correction, but what's also going to happen there, it's going to diminish the people in the society. And so that's going to hurt things too. It's going to force society, says, okay, we got to start punishing wicked for being wicked so that we can have families here, because the laws they've passed and made happen actually hurt men in even thinking of marriage anymore. So men are not willing to try. The only real fix is you're going to have to undo all this stuff and make sure you protect men, you know, in marriages again, and not, you know, not let women be abusive. In fact, you need to start, you know, shaming women for being abusive. But right now, they're not being shamed. They're being, you know, uplifted. They're being rewarded for it. And you can't have a system like that. As I said, there's always something to pray about. And don't forget to give God all the praise, glory, and worship, and thanks and everything, the good, bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson here. So until next time, God bless, good day, and goodbye.